Hello, Uta Hagen of Trans Widow Uta Hagen channel here with roses. Yes, I can tell you the name of a couple of these. These rugosa roses, ouch, they do have thorns. This is called Frau Dagmar Hartopf, and it is a prolific bloomer all through the summer. And this one is Hansa, and it is also a prolific bloomer and very fragrant. And this one, I'm afraid I don't remember the varietal name, but it's a little tiny rose. And for the first time in something like 4 years, it decided to bloom. Wow. Sometimes, like with my irises, you have to wait. Now, I wanted to show you the spiderworts. This is what I dug out from my backyard because it was taking over. It is a native wildflower and it has an absolutely rightful place in the wildflower garden. I transplant them out of my backyard into the woods, into my curated woods, just like in my memoir, In the Curated Woods, True Tales from a Grass Widow. Now, today we're actually going to talk about the stepson of guy who's probably he would be uh, called an autogynephile, an AGP. And this guy saw him as really his only father figure because his father had abandoned the family when he was young, and so he was living with a single mom. Now, in I'm just going to call him Rivera. He had in my blog about a year ago, I posted this story of his about his stepfather being so disappointing, and it's just he called himself Jesus Rivera. He took that name. I'm just going to call him Rivera just to streamline everything. So he says, my first awareness of that is Gary's, that's a pseudonym, pen name, of Gary's cross-dressing was when I was in fourth grade. He was up visiting my mom. He lived in the San Francisco Bay Area while we lived in a small mountain town southeast of Tahoe. So this is in California. They had been dating for about 2 years. I was getting ready for school with my younger brother when I heard him call out to me from my mom's bedroom, "Hey, can you please bring me a clean towel?" It's a little fishy, right? For a people-pleasing little boy like I was, this was no problem. I was glad to do it. I grabbed a clean towel from the closet, walked over to my mom's bathroom with it, and heard, oh, never mind, from my mom. Oh, excuse me. Oh, never mind, from my mom, but it was too late. I was bringing him a towel for no reason. No reason to stop now, by gum. I entered and saw both of them standing there, post-shower, semi-nude. At the moment, I didn't see anything untoward. I literally didn't notice he was wearing a strappy camisole. I handed him the towel and went back to getting ready for school. I noticed nothing, really. Imagine my surprise when I'm at school that same day, and I'm called into the office to be informed that I won't be riding my usual bus home, and that Gary is going to pick me up from school. I thought someone had died. I made zero connection with the morning's display because I hadn't noticed the camisole. I was in fourth grade. What little boy even knows what a camisole is? Sorry to say. Unfortunately, I think these days boys of about age 10 know way too much about women's lingerie. So I was pretty scared when he rolled up on his oh so very masculine motorcycle after school. I went with him, and we went for a ride in the mountains where we stopped after a short bit, and he began the reveal. He tried to explain what I saw this morning, which I didn't really see, was part of who he was. He likes to wear women's underwear under his male outerwear because of comfort. He most assuredly, he said, was not gay. And definitely not a child molester. Uh, he laid out that he has to keep it a secret because people won't understand and he'll be fired and people will think that he's gay or molest children and all that. Now that he had confided in me and treated me like an adult by telling me, where am I? By telling me I was now expected to keep the whole thing a secret. We returned home shortly after the reveal, and I was instructed by Gary not to tell my younger brother about anything we talked about. He also told me that my mother approved and supported his cross-dressing. You know, she's been a single mom for a while, raising two young boys. Uh, you know, she probably didn't even know everything that was going on. So from the very first moment of awareness of Gary's AGP, I was recruited to keep the secret and forced into a grown man's personal closet. I spent 10 years in this closet, forbidden from speaking about it to friends or family outside of our immediate one. Something I think about now. Was the towel thing meant to be a reveal? Was it just his autogynephilic exhibitionism and wanting to get caught? It's Rivera's probably not wrong here. Maybe he loved playing games. Also, I did an interview a year back, so this is going to be a couple of years ago, on Lindsay Platoshin's channel. It was called the Autogynephilia Files. But I did it under a different pseudonym at the time because I was still a baby gender crit and didn't know any better. Lots of stuff in there. If you want to watch it, come up with questions or ideas for me. As my mom decided to return to the Bay Area and operate her business via commuting to the foothills, we moved into a middle-class neighborhood in the East Bay Area. The house itself was pretty nice size corner lot with both giant backyard for our two dogs to caper and a massive sloping lawn that became a neighborhood attraction in the year that we got a slip and slide for Christmas. I guess that's this flexible rubber sliding thing that you run the water hose down or something in the summer, and then it becomes sort of a mini individual water park. Overall, our town was fairly liberal, being in the San Francisco Bay Area in the 1980s, and there were always scads of neighbor kids to play with. Our streets felt safe, and I remember this time as being fairly normal. Upon reflection, it is clear that something big was coming when Gary called my younger brother and I into his bedroom, shared with my mother, of course, one Saturday morning. I, being in the know, was immediately horrified because I knew that Gary slept in these preposterous white sleeveless nightgowns and that he certainly had not changed out of that. And he writes in parentheses, OMG, laughing so hard at the recollection. Evidently, today was the day when Andy, the younger brother, another pseudonym, would get his own reveal. I felt extremely bad for him. I had not wanted this knowledge. I didn't know what I was supposed to do with this knowledge, and the prospect of Andy having this knowledge was too much. So they're about 8 and 10 or 7 and 10. Now, we were both in Gary's closet and took the reveal in stride. He's a pretty sanguine dude on the surface. His emotions run deep, though. At this time, we never spoke too much about Gary's cross-dressing around the house. So Gary is basically telling these two young boys who should not be exposed to this nonsense about this special female dressing that he does inside the house so that he can do it while these two boys are around. So this is sort of exhibitionistic, narcissistic, and in a way exploitative. Each of us preferring to take a wait-and-see approach to all his stuff. Bottom line, we didn't really have enough information to decide what was what. And apparently they never, at that moment anyway, they didn't really bring it up with their mother. Now that we're in the closet, we had to dedicate our little minds to maintaining it. We couldn't tell friends or family. We had to be extra sure that we didn't open the front door without looking, possibly causing a reveal. We had to not ever associate any feelings of displeasure or discomfort while he was wearing his relaxation garments. Basically, the closet was everywhere around us, occupying at least a part of our minds at all times. How could it not? It makes for a paranoid kid. That much is true. Gary may have been relaxing in those clothes, but those clothes meant anything but relaxation for us. And the truth is, Gary was more likely getting aroused. See you.